I'm very, very excited again today, this week. It's been quite a week. Um, I was gone for a week with my parents, and taking the time to be able to spend with them is just priceless to me. So, but I'm back and started the week off with mm, one of our first water workshop demos at someone's home, which went very, very well. So I feel that this is going to be another way that we're going to help educate people, because there's nothing like tasting everything and seeing the different waters at work. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Sabina Gadet, and you're going to have a wonderful presentation by my husband, Roger. And just to kind of prep you as to how we got started, um, back in the day, about, well, it's almost 11 years ago now, I had my own cleaning business. And one of my clients introduced me to this water machine. And it was just the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I went to a presentation. I drank the water, and I was able to use these waters for cleaning, disinfection, and the water tasted great. And I really, really, um, when I did the math on it, I was going to save a lot of money on my cleaning business. So on that premise, I came home and I was all excited about it, and and of course my husband was having none of it, and he's going to share his story of what happened with that introduction of this water, because we went through quite a traumatic life with illness. So he's going to tell you about that. So our life has changed because of this water, and simply by sharing this with other people, we've collected a community of people that are just as passionate about helping people um, change their water and change their life. So I'm so glad you all took the time to come here today. And so take lots of notes. And without further ado, my beautiful husband, Roger Gadet, will educate you.
Awesome. Thanks, babe. Good job. Yeah, when Sabina came with this water, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing ever. I was already a gallon of water a day drinker already. I suffered 19 years with something called Gulf War illness. So I had a lot of like post-traumatic stress, major traumatic depression, cluster migraines, vertigo, sciatica, uh, just constantly in pain. I slept 2 or 3 hours per night every night. I could not sleep any more than that. And for her to come home with these jugs and jugs and jugs of water, saying that it was going to change my life, it's supposed to be really healthy for you. And I said, well, what is it? She goes, it's Kangen water. I said, well, what's Kangen water? She goes, well, in Japan, it means return to origin. I said, okay, in this house, it means return to where you got it from. We had lots of amazing water out of our tap before they chlorinated it. And even when we lived in Northern Ontario, we had 3 artesian wells that just made this beautiful water out of the bubbling out of the ground. And it never changed my life from all the suffering that I was dealing with and all the medications that I was on. But really, it wasn't until she broke it down to how much she could save with this machine that it absolutely made sense to me. And I mean, here I was sick at home. I couldn't work. And so she was the only breadwinner. And I didn't want to put any more financial stress on the family. But once she said it would pay for itself within that year, that's the only time it made sense. So we bought the machine. I started drinking from it. I really didn't know how to work it. She goes, just keep it on this button and just drink all you want, because I love just drinking right from the tap. And so that made it easy for me. So almost immediately, I felt a thumping in the back of my brain, like with every heartbeat. And it went on for about 2 weeks. And then after that 2 weeks, it just let go. And when it let go, all my PTSD diminished to next to nothing. My cluster migraines were gone. My vertigo was gone. Back pain, sciatica was gone. I slept 8 to 10 hours per night. And I was just blown away. But I started feeling so good. I was getting rid of all the medications I was on, because I just didn't want to be on drugs anymore. And so what would happen is I was still trying to prove her wrong that this machine didn't do what she talked about. And so I stopped drinking the water, and within 2 days, my symptoms started coming back. I'd start drinking the water again, they'd go away. And after 4 times, I said, enough, it's enough. The placebo effect is gone. It's like, it's the water. By far, it's the water. And so since 2010, I've had no symptoms, no drugs, no doctors, no physiotherapists, no psychologists, no chiropractors. And through that, after 4 years of being symptom free, because I would have gave thousands and thousands of dollars just to be symptom free for a day. And after 4 years, that's when I had Change Your Water, Change Your Life put onto my arm. Okay, and I had Mr. Ashiro, the founder of the company, actually put his signature on it, and I had it tattooed in a room in Anaheim, California. But his thing is like spreading true health globally with compassion, one family at a time. And that's what happened to Sabina. Is the people that she was house cleaning for had a machine on their counter, and they started sharing with her the information and how this machine works and how it could save her money in her business. And that compassion, we moved forward and we brought that on for ourselves as well. Because once it started changing my life, I would have never have done anything like this if it didn't do what it did. I'm just that type of person. I'm that skeptical, and I'm that scientific and engineering of that of wanting to know why something worked. So that's why we developed a presentation to educate everybody, because I think everybody needs to have this, one family at a time. Okay, so again, I also lost 80 pounds. Okay, through working out. I had no lactic acid buildup. I was never sore. I was able to push myself as hard as I can, but I drank a gallon of water in that hour and a half in the gym. Okay, I was never sore. After I got home, it was almost like I never worked out. I could actually went back to work out. So that's what I did. That's how extreme I am as an athlete. I'll just dive right in. Okay, so a little bit about the company. We're in 40 locations in 23 countries. So we have distribution centers all over the world. So we could travel wherever we want and either bring our machine or stop at these locations, and then we could actually get water. And Sabina and I are at such a rank that they'll actually loan us a machine if we're in that country. But all the machines are manufactured out of an OEM, original equipment manufacturer. So that means nothing is outsourced at all. So the quality control remains inside that facility. And they're putting this machine together, one person at a time, making it just like a Rolls Royce would be built, right? So we have ISO awards, okay? So we have ISO 9001 environmental. We have the manufacturer itself, and the big one being the 13485, the manufacturing of a medical device. So with that certificate, that allows me to be able to bring as much water as I want on a plane. Okay, I could bring my machine in the overhead compartment, that's 7 pounds, and I'm able to also bring jugs. Okay, I'll show you with jugs. These jugs, like 4 or 5 of them, if I want, onto a plane. You can't do that with any other water because it's a medically produced water that helps my immune system, that helps build me. So with that certificate, we're allowed to bring that water on. They'll test it for bomb, but that's about it. Okay, so we're a Water Quality Association. So we have 3 or 4 certificates with the WQA, and that's standardization that's worldwide. So not only the way the machine filters the water, because it has a filter inside, but also the materials that it's built with, because it's all medical grade materials, but also the end result being the water. So with those certificates, it's able to go into nursing homes, diners, naturopathic offices, and just restaurants and gyms, okay? So that makes it available to go in there. members of Direct Sellers Association. So we're direct sellers. We just sell directly to the consumer.
saying, oh, it's one question in the test, what is it good for? It's only good for this one condition called methemoglobinemia, which is a condition where your blood cells, you don't have enough oxygen, you kind of suffocate to death. You give this and miracle happens and you're cured. And I said, wow, this is a pretty cool chemical. Let me take a look at it. So as I looked at it more in terms of the antiviral effect of it, antibacterial effect of it, I kept getting more and more studies saying, oh, it's some.
Have you ever felt frustrated waiting to be seen when you're not feeling your best? Or ever struggled through tests and expensive procedures without ever finding real relief? Imagine if you could get a better understanding of your overall well-being right now, in minutes. What would that mean to you, or to your family? We'd like you to know there's a whole new way to improve your comprehension surrounding your wellness, using a total body scanner unlike any other, right in your own home. This groundbreaking new technology helps you to better understand your body's needs and wellness status, and it's available to you and your family right now. Here's how the science works. Every organ in the human body vibrates at a particular frequency. When illness appears, this frequency changes. Think about it like tuning a guitar. When the string frequencies are incorrect, the music will not sound harmonious. When your body's frequencies are restored, you restore harmony to your whole body, energizing and optimizing your mental, emotional, and nutritional states. We found that people who experienced this technology were so excited they started telling everyone. So we also created an income opportunity where people can earn a little extra by sharing the product. No more wondering, no more worrying. Take charge of creating your best life. Have you ever felt frustrated waiting to be seen when you're not feeling your best? Or ever struggled through tests and expensive procedures without ever finding real relief? Imagine if you could get a better understanding of your overall well-being right now, in minutes. What would that mean to you, or to your family? We'd like you to know there's a whole new way to improve your comprehension surrounding your wellness, using a total body scanner unlike any other, right in your own home. This groundbreaking new technology helps you to better understand your body's needs and wellness status, and it's available to you and your family right now.
We have a real treat for you today. We have Dr. Pat Tucker here from Memphis, or just outside of Memphis, visiting us today, and he's a friend of Solex. And I'm going to have Dr. Tucker explain to you how he got involved with Solex. How did you come to get involved with Solex as a doctor?
Lauren, I've been a medical doctor for 32 years, and all allopathic medicine, urgent care, ER, and my wife got me introduced to some functional medicine, and I started doing some training and realizing that allopathic medicine didn't have answers for everything. And the more I studied, the more I learned, and the more I realized that allopathic medicine was lacking in a lot of areas. But my wife brought home an AO scanner. And my first response was, oh my gosh, what is this? And what she was telling me that it did was even more incredible. But as I started playing with it, and as she started testing me and going through some of the basic training on it, I was just shocked. I was in awe. I mean, there are a lot of things I don't understand in life, and I'm sure quantum physics is right up at the top of those. But I have come to learn that the AO scanner works, and it's quite an amazing tool. I think my first experience with really proving the AO scan to myself was I was about to have an insurance physical to get new life insurance. And I scanned myself either the day before or the day after, but during the life insurance exam, they drew blood to check all my cholesterol and all that great stuff. Well, I have a terrible family history of heart disease, and my cholesterol's always been elevated. So when I tested myself on the AO scanner and scanned myself, it showed my cholesterol and triglycerides were all perfect. And I'm like, this thing doesn't work. I mean, I've never had low cholesterol. 20-something years ago, I took statin medicine for just a little while, and that's the only time it's ever been really normal. But I didn't like taking it, so I stopped, and against my cardiologist opinion. But so I scanned myself. It showed my cholesterol and triglycerides and HDL were all normal. So I just kind of poo-pooed it and had the physical. They drew the blood. Well, about a week later, I got an email with my lab results from the insurance physical. And lo and behold, my cholesterol was as normal as it's ever been. I mean, completely normal. And I was totally shocked, and the first thing I thought of was, dadgum, the AO scanner was actually right. I mean, it nailed that, and I never would have imagined that would have happened.
Now, how many times did your wife scan you before you did the physical?
Oh, dozens.
Okay.
Dozens of times.
Okay.
And usually it showed my cholesterol up, so that didn't really shock me. But when it showed up normal, I thought, I can't trust this thing.
So it took some time.
It took a little time.
Okay, good.
And a lot of experience as well.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, your wife introduced you to it. So how much opportunity did you have to play with it?
It took a little while. My wife is kind of possessive of her AO scanner, so I had to grab it while she was asleep or in the shower and play with it. So it took me a little while to get used to using the scanner and playing with it. But the more I did, the more I didn't understand, and the more I understood at the same time.
Right. So you were telling me a little earlier about a friend of yours who had been in an accident. You want to talk about that story?
Absolutely. My wife does a Bible study with a lot of ladies, and she introduced the AO scan to her. She's very excited about the AO scan, and it's just natural. So she just scanned them all. And they were all shocked and amazed with the AO scan. And we went out to eat with a couple one night, and they came back to our home afterwards, and his wife, my friend's wife, started talking about the AO scan and how amazing it was. And he told us the story, and I didn't know this ahead of time, but he told us a story about this terrible car wreck that he was in when he was in college, and slid up under the side of an 18-wheeler, crushing his left upper arm, all the ribs in the left side of his chest, broke bones in his back. I mean, it just took him a very long time to recover from that. So that night at my house, we scanned him. And when he looked at his email and got the results, he just kept saying, no, there's no way. How would it know that? It was showing up all kind of residual problems in his left shoulder and left chest and his back, and he was totally shocked.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is amazing, very amazing.
Now, Dr. Tucker, as a medical doctor, and your experience with the AO scan to this point, would you say this is a diagnostic tool?
No, it can't be a diagnostic tool.
Why?
Well, one of the reasons is it's extremely sensitive. So let's say that we go somewhere and eat a salad.
Mm-hmm.
And on that salad, and we don't like to think about this, but on that salad there are lots of parasites, lots of different bacteria, things that sometimes might make us sick, but not always. And our gut is, if you have a healthy gut, all that stuff just passes right through. Well, when you scan someone, you're picking up those bacteria and parasites that are passing through your GI system, but they're not making you sick. So sometimes on the AO scan, you will see 3 or 4 parasites show up. And I mean, the first thing that I did when I saw that was, I don't have parasites. Well, I don't have sickness from parasites, but those may be passing through my GI tract or recently passed through my GI tract so that they're showing up on the scanner. So there's a difference between the frequency, finding something there, and diagnosing a disorder from that. So the AO scan can tell you a lot of things. That doesn't necessarily mean that those things are going to make you sick or create a medical diagnosis, that you're making a diagnosis with the AO scan.
I appreciate that, because we make a big point of the AO is not a diagnostic tool and should never be used as one. It's an educational tool to help people make better life decisions.
Absolutely. One of the things that I look at the AO scan is it helps you to understand some of the lifestyle issues you have. Just like me, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, things that we need to look at and realize that I need to change my diet. I need to lose 20 pounds. I need to start working out. And we can track those things with the AO scan. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're diagnosing you with high cholesterol or diagnosing you with any of those things, being overweight, but it tracks those things to help you understand that you're unhealthy and that you need to do something to become healthy and to change those parameters.
Appreciate that. That is so true. Well, we're so excited to have Dr. Tucker join us and help us. He's going to be with us on the day of discovery, and he's also going to help be part of phase 2 of Solex University. So look forward to Day of Discovery. Get signed up for phase 2 as soon as it comes available. He'll bring to you a wealth of information from that perspective of the medical field and how these two can blend without crossing the line for either one.
Absolutely.
It's nice to have you, Dr. Tucker.
Thank you, Lauren.
See you soon.
As a health and wellness practitioner, do you experience patients turning to you for answers when tests and procedures haven't given them peace of mind? Would you find value in being able to assess a patient's body status immediately and getting a better understanding in order to quickly decipher which tests to order? Imagine how it would change your level of care if you could get an insider's perspective of your client's bodily functions right in your own office in just minutes. We'd like to tell you about an exciting, non-invasive new technology that may give you more insight into a patient's overall health status to help improve the decisiveness of your diagnosis and quickly provide patients with a detailed report. The principles behind this technology are based on biophysics and the idea that every cell and organ in the body has its own distinct vibrational frequency. When these frequencies are disrupted by injury, stress, diet, emotions, infection, and toxicity, the biological cell-to-cell communication may become out of tune, as well as show up as fatigue, depression, illness, and disease. Over 120,000 of these frequencies have been isolated, identified, and catalogued. Once you scan your patient's body, our device will reference the database and map out thousands of educational values. This will allow you to quickly and efficiently address any imbalances. Practitioners worldwide have already adopted this revolutionary technology to help create educational awareness for their clients. And there's also an opportunity for entrepreneurs to bring in a new revenue stream just by sharing info about this incredible technology with others. Change the way you view your patient's overall wellness by looking at it in a whole new way. Click the link below to learn more.
Have a CAT scan of the head done, and she'd also done a scan on her. Well, I think she did the scan of the. I'll have to put that on the screen, but it was the sinus area, the respiratory, because it showed the sinuses and stuff. And she goes in and she sees her ear, nose, and throat specialist, and she says, "Here's my CAT scan." And by the way, I scanned myself on this. And the doctor's looking and going, "Wow, that's interesting.
What's this?
Well, let me take a look at your X-ray or your CAT scan." And she's looking at that, and then all of a sudden, she said that she put the thing down and she looked over and she says, "Where did you get this?"
Yeah.
And she said to the doctors, "What's the matter?" She says, "It's not that anything's the matter. It's just I've never seen. This is almost exactly what your CAT scan says." Mm-hmm. And it led her into a discussion with this doctor about getting a scanner.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting to have a CAT scan of the head done. Yeah. And she'd also done a scan on her. Well, I think she did the scan of the. I'll have to put that on the screen, but it was the sinus area, the respiratory, because it showed the sinuses and stuff. And she goes in and she sees her ear, nose, and throat specialist, and she says, "Here's my CAT scan." And by the way, I scanned myself on this, and the doctor's looking and going, "Wow, that's interesting.
What's this?
Well, let me take a look at your X-ray or your CAT scan." And she's looking at that, and then all of a sudden, she said that she put the thing down and she looked over and she says, "Where did you get this?"
Yeah.
And she said to the doctors, "What's the matter?" She says, "It's not that anything's the matter. It's just I've never seen. This is almost exactly what your CAT scan says." Mm-hmm. And it led her into a discussion with this doctor about getting a scanner.
Yeah.
But
Did you know that 1 in 3 adults has cardiometabolic syndrome, significantly increasing their risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and other health issues? The 4 key factors that support cardiometabolic health include stabilizing cortisol levels to help reduce stomach fat, maintaining healthy blood pressure levels, balancing total fat levels with healthy cholesterol, and supporting healthy blood glucose. While lifestyle changes are essential, there aren't any solutions on the market that address all 4 of these factors in a single product. Introducing AO Gut by Solex, a high-frequency product clinically developed to address all 4 factors for complete cardiometabolic support. Due to the clinically proven ingredients in AO Gut, it comes with an approved, scientifically authorized health claim, reduces the risk of coronary artery disease. Our unique blend enhances digestion, provides antioxidant protection, and strengthens your immune system. AO Gut delivers unmatched metabolic success. Act now to transform your health and embrace a more vibrant, energetic life. Did you know that less than 50% of people get the essential nutrients they need for optimal health? Are you providing your body with the foundational high-frequency nutrients it needs? Alternative options for optimizing your body fall short with the incorrect doses, low-frequency ingredients, and high prices. All of us can use advanced, optimized, high-frequency foods to stay energized, healthy, metabolically strong, and youthful. Introducing AO Core by Solex, a complete high-frequency food system for full-body optimization. combining 4 groundbreaking supplements. AOZymes break down every macro and micronutrient with ease, supporting healthy digestion and metabolism, turning food into the energy you need. AO Gut boost your cardiometabolic wellness, improve digestion, and strengthen your immune system with high-frequency, nutrient-rich ingredients. AO Biome restore microbial diversity and balance, protecting your gut, skin, and immune health with a unique blend of pre, pro, and postbiotics, healthy viruses, and fungi. AO Youth fight the signs of aging, increase NAD+ and collagen production, and promote youthful cell and organ function with our advanced, clinically designed liquid nano formula. Make AO Core your daily foundational system for a better and longer quality of life. AO Core is the complete system for a fraction of the cost.
AO Gut combines the power of natural ingredients to support your heart, your digestion, and your immune system. Well-being starts from within.
Did you know that there's an invisible force field inside and around your body called the microbiome, with trillions of microbes vital to your health? As we age, the complete human biome and its protective force weakens, leading to low microbial diversity and debilitating conditions such as a slow metabolism, pathogenic bacteria and microbes, and inflammation throughout the body. Unfortunately, our busy schedules and modern diets lack the variety of fermented foods and potency of microbes needed to maintain a healthy microbiome. Even yogurt proves to be not enough for what our bodies need. Introducing AO Biome by Solex, the first clinically designed high-frequency product with pre, pro, postbiotics, healthy fungi, and bacteriophages to restore microbial balance and diversity for optimal health and wellness. AO Biome supports digestive health, micronutrient absorption, skin health, the respiratory and immune systems, and a healthy inflammatory response, all in one easy capsule. There is no easy way to get everything that is in AO Biome, an unmatched formula for a fraction of the cost. Don't let an unhealthy microbiome hold you back. Order AO Biome today and restore the balance your body needs. Did you know that there's an invisible force field inside and around your body called the microbiome, with trillions of microbes vital to your health? As we age, the complete human biome and its protective force